Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Music Den. I'm your host, Armando Venditti. Hoping you guys are having a good day and that you're looking after yourselves and one another. In this episode of the Music Den, I have another installment of live album spotlight to do for you. The artist is Paul McCartney and Wings, and the album in the spotlight is Wings Over America. Released December 10th, 1976 through Capitol Records in North America and EMI Records in the UK and in Europe, Wings Over America was produced by Paul McCartney. The material for the album was recorded on the American leg of the Wings Over the World tour from May 7th to June 23rd, with overdubs being recorded in October and November of 1976. The four cities that were chosen for these recordings, are Boston, Cincinnati, Denver, and Inglewood, California. The album has a playing time of 115 minutes and 33 seconds, so quite a lengthy release. Now, the original idea for Wings of America was to have it released as a double vinyl set, but due to the fact that there was a soundboard bootleg recording called Wings from the Wings that was recorded in LA, released as a triple album set, Paul McCartney decided to release Wings Over America as a triple album set, and beat the bootleggers at their own game. Now, this album has been released in various formats over the years. As I said, triple vinyl set, double CD set, which contains the entire show of 28 tracks, deluxe box set edition. It's also been released as a concert film called Rock Show, which came out in 1980 on VHS, and at that time, I believe Beta. The original playing time for Rock Show was 102 minutes, but as of 2013, with the reissue and remastered version of Rock Show on Blu-ray and DVD, the playing time for Rock Show has been reinstated to 125 minutes. So it is a massive show. Now, joining Paul McCartney on this tour, you have his wife, Linda. I'll go through the list here. You have Paul McCartney on lead vocals, backing vocals, bass guitar, various instruments. Linda McCartney on piano, keyboards, backing vocals, and percussion. Denny Lane on acoustic and electric guitar, bass, keyboards, and leading vocals on songs like Spirits of Ancient Egypt. Jimmy McCullough on electric and acoustic guitar, bass guitar, lead vocals on Messenger. You have Joe English on drums, percussion, and backing vocals. Joining Wings for this tour, you have Tony Dorsey on trombone and percussion, Howie Casey on saxophone and percussion, Steve Howard on trumpet, flugelhorn, and percussion, and Thaddeus Richard on saxophone, clarinet, flute, and percussion. Now, I've listened to this album quite a few times, and I gotta tell you, it is fantastic. Now, I'll give you a bit of background. At this point in time, Paul McCartney and Wings were riding high on the success of Wings at the Speed of Sound, Venus and Mars, uh, Band on the Run, Red Rose Speedway, and also you had Wildlife that was released in 1971. Now, when Paul McCartney put Wings together, he always looked at Wings as a group, as a group effort, a collaborative effort. He didn't want to be the leader. He wanted each musician to contribute songs and do lead vocals on their own compositions or whenever they wanted to sing lead vocals. And he honestly thought of it as a democratic process, as a democratic situation. Unfortunately, the uh, press at the time thought that Paul McCartney was trying to distance himself from his past with the Beatles. And they really couldn't make heads nor tails of what he was trying to do, especially in Australia. You should have heard some of the comments he was getting. Anyways, this album, when it was released, reached #1 in Canada, the US, and in the UK. Now, it starts off with Venus and Mars Rock Show with a medley of Jet. And basically, when you watch Rock Show, it is the video version of Wings Over America. Okay. So you have, the lights are down, the audience is going ballistic, and I mean ballistic. And you hear the opening strains of Venus and Mars, and Paul McCartney is singing very soft and very gentle. And then the band kick in and just go for it. Just amazing. And then when they finish Rock Show, they go into Jet, and just an amazing version of Jet. Okay. That one track is like almost 10 minutes long. Okay. Then they go into Let Me Roll It, which is to me is, just a wonderful blues track, right? Then Denny Lane takes over lead vocals for Spirits of Ancient Egypt. And again, he does an amazing job. And again, Paul McCartney is very willing and happy to let Denny Lane take over the lead vocals. Then Jimmy McCullough takes over on lead vocals for Medicine Jar. And I got to tell you, Jimmy McCullough's vocals on this track is just amazing. Okay. And also his guitar work is just superb, blistering. After that is the track, sorry, Maybe I'm Amazed, okay, which was released as a single at the time. And I always thought, hearing this as a kid, I always thought that the live version was the standard version. I didn't know that it came from McCartney, back in 1970, okay? A beautiful, heartfelt version of this song. Up next is Call Me Back, and then it goes into a couple of Beatles tracks. Lady Madonna, which, I mean, he's basically having fun on the piano, just going crazy on the piano, just having a good time. He's enjoying what is going on. He's seeing that the fans are getting into it, and he's getting off on that. After Lady Madonna is a beautiful, emotional version, heartfelt version, sorry, of The Long and Winding Road. All right. Then Linda introduces Live and Let Die. Very dramatic, with the smoke bombs going off and the strobe lights going on. Just amazing. Just amazing. Up next is the acoustic set. Starts off with Picasso's Last Words, Drink to Me, which features Denny Lane again on vocals. And at this point, you have the four of them: Jimmy McCullough, Denny Lane, Linda, and Paul McCartney at the front of the stage, sitting on chairs with their guitars, and they're just having a good time playing. Up next is the Paul Simon track, Richard Corey. Again, Denny Lane's on vocals. After this is Bluebird with Paul back on lead vocals. Then another Beatles track, I've Just Seen a Face. Beautiful, fun version of this track, right? Blackbird is next from the Beatles' White Album. And then he goes into Yesterday. And oh my God, when he starts singing just the one word, Yesterday, the audience goes berserk. They go ballistic. Okay? Amazing, amazing. You Gave Me the Answer is next on the set list. Then they go rocking out with Magneto and Titanium Man. A good, fun version of this track. Then, again, Denny Lane takes over on vocals with Go Now, which is like, a good waltz. And it's in the waltz time, 3/4 time, and it's a very heartfelt vocal delivery from Denny. Just great. Next up is My Love, a beautiful, heartfelt version of this track. Just amazing. Then listen to What the Man Said from Wings at the Speed of Sound, right? Some new stuff that they're gonna start playing. Beautiful. Just fun, rollicking. They're having fun. You see, if you watch Rock Show, you see Denny done up in costume, like, just amazing, playing the percussion, doing the extra percussion. Let Him In is next. Just great. Then Denny takes over again on lead vocals for Time to Hide. Up next is Silly Love Songs. So I was going to say Silly Little Love Songs, but Silly Love Songs, okay, from Wings at the Speed of Sound. Just great. They're having fun. They're getting off on the energy of the audience. It's a two-way street. The audience is giving them, positive feedback, and they're feeding off on that and giving it back to the audience. And then next up is, again, from Wings at the Speed of Sound, Beware My Love. Okay. Letting Go comes next. And then he goes back into a great version of Band on the Run and High, 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 which when it was released as a single, I believe it was banned in the US due to the nature of the lyric of the track. Censorship, right? In the early 70s. What are you going to do? Next, the last track is Soily, which again, a good rollicking version of the track. And that's the concert, right? 28 tracks, very high energy, very heartfelt in spots. It is a long album, but you don't feel like it is. Okay. Again, 28 songs. And I do believe, don't quote me on this, but I do believe that when it was released on cassette, as well as the triple vinyl edition, it was released as a triple cassette edition, from Capitol. So, but again, that's the album, Wings Over America. If you know the album, if you listen to the album, please put your comments down below. All right. And let me know what you think of the album. I'm going to be doing at some point a ranking the albums on Paul McCartney and Wings. So again, that's it for now, guys. Coming up on the channel right away is I'm going to be doing a show with Jim Bricker titled, Is This Still Pink Floyd? Okay. So that's going to generate some debate. And please look after yourselves and one another. Also, click the like and notification bell to keep yourselves on top of any new content that I've got coming up. And yeah, again, please look after yourselves. I'm Armando Venditti signing off. I'll see you soon with another video. Bye for now.